Caitlin Clark, let it be known, she does not like this Stephanie White offense, how these players in the WNBA don't even know where to move or how to move or where to cut. And that leads to a lot of her turnovers. And she also states how much she misses Lisa Bluder. And I think all of us Indiana Fever Caitlin Clark fans prefer if Lisa Bluder was the head coach of the Indiana.
Caitlin Clark didn't just light up the scoreboard, she practically torched the whole playbook. Picture this, breaking rookie records while throwing shade at the very offense you're running. Then, almost offhand, wishing your old college coach would swoop in like some hardwood fairy tale. Clark's making waves bigger than a half-court buzzer beater, and the locker room tension might be spicier than the game itself. The real shock, just how deep this rift could run.
I mean, what's going on here? And I'm sorry, but if Stephanie White's supposed to be this all-world coach, you're not going to show up to a game against the Phoenix Mercury with DeWanna Bonner playing on the other side after what she did to the Indiana Fever franchise, and you show up there and somehow the team is lifeless? Sophie Cunningham coming back to Phoenix and the team is lifeless? That is the coach.
Caitlin Clark didn't step into the WNBA to politely dribble, pass here, pass there, and run in circles like the playbook says. This is the same player who, as a college rookie, had Lisa Bluder basically toss her the keys to a Ferrari and say, "Go drive, just don't crash." And Clark, she didn't just avoid crashing. She took that thing off-road, floored it to 90 in a 40 zone, and still turned the ride into a highlight reel.
Sums up why I can't stand Stephanie White as a basketball coach for Caitlin Clark. Like, I don't think that Stephanie White is a bad coach. Like, don't get it twisted. She's not a bad coach at all. I just don't think she's the right coach for Caitlin Clark. So let's take a listen to this right here. This was on the podcast with Super 8.
But I think that's even been something like me and Steph have like always talk about when we go and watch film, and even like that New York game where like I played really, really well. Obviously scored a lot of points. I think I had 9 assists or 10 assists that game.
She was a rebound and assist off a 32-point triple double. And like is the only reason her team's in the game.
So you can imagine the whiplash when she lands in the WNBA and suddenly has to run the Stephanie White offense, which, if we're being brutally honest, feels less like an offense and more like an HOA meeting about what color your mailbox can be. Rules everywhere, creativity nowhere.
Man, it's just going to be interesting to see her come back and see this team fully go full circle around their set leader, and I'm still banking on it being Caitlin Clark. Without Caitlin Clark, they had 19 in one game and 16 in their previous game without CC even playing.
Then comes the Liberty game. Caitlin isn't just playing well, she's cooking. Not warming up, not simmering full in. Someone call the fire department because this gym's about to burn down cooking. Fourth quarter hits, and sure, she coughs up 2 turnovers. Big deal. Even Michael Jordan gave the ball away, and nobody told him, "Michael, you're done. Go find a folding chair." But here, Boom Clark's parked on the bench like a kid in timeout.
My precious Cece, she was upset. She didn't say nothing, no smiling, walked off, not looking at no cameras. I'm talking about, you can tell it's all on her face. She got it in her mind. But look, I need y'all to understand. That was so embarrassing and pathetic, and the teamwork was not there. But I remember Jordan had got hurt his second year. He didn't come back until playoffs, and that playoff series was legendary. He scored 63 points in one game, but he still lost though.
Meanwhile, other players are out there turning the ball over like it's a gift basket giveaway and still racking up minutes. The exceptions, Tash and Mitchell, the only 2 besides Clark, who seem to have clearance to play basketball like it's not a military drill.
The Stephanie White offense compared to what she was doing at Iowa when she took over the world. Let's take a look.
At the college, like it was very similar. Like all I would attack, like we're known to have like 5 shooters on the floor at all time. Like we played with really good floor spacing, and at Iowa it was the same way. Like 4 people were on the floor that could shoot at the same time. Then obviously we usually played with a true post, but they rarely missed too. Like Mon never missed. Like Hannah Stolke was tremendous when I was there too. And even our backup post players, like I always think about like how Coach Bluder like ran practices and things, and like I'm very fortunate looking back and like now going to like watch other colleges' practices and things like that. Like she really like was so intentional about like making sure everyone was on the same.
Here's the problem. Coaches like Stephanie White are so busy playing don't make a mistake basketball that they forget this is supposed to be put on a show basketball. You don't win games or fans win. Your main strategy is try not to embarrass yourself. That's not offense. That's hostage negotiations with a shot clock. Lisa Bluder never coached like that. She didn't panic if Caitlin fired off a risky pass or pulled up from the parking lot. Bluder understood that high-risk, higher-word plays are the reward. You don't clip a player's wings because the last gamble missed you, double down because the next one might be the dagger dot. But in White's system, that's what makes this whole thing absurd. Clark sees plays developing 3 seconds before. They happen, no gift most veterans only dream about. And instead of unleashing it, White keeps her in a tight little box. Like she's afraid Caitlin might dribble straight into another dimension if given too much freedom.
In over 10 years, and Caitlin Clark has something to do with that, man. They was 8-5 with Caitlin. At the end of the day, no matter how many games they win, they lost more games without Caitlin Clark playing. Like, so everybody argument that Caitlin Clark is the Achilles heel, Caitlin Clark is this and that, your argument is obsolete, bro. They will forever have that notion on there, that blemish on there. Now, if they would have won more games, lost less, then you might have had something.
You know what's missing in the WNBA right now? Basketball IQ that leads the game instead of chasing it. A few college coaches have it in spades. Drop Lisa Bluder into the league tomorrow, and she'd have a team putting up 110 a night without breaking a sweat. Meanwhile, the current system is strangling creativity in the name of safe basketball, which is about as thrilling as watching paint dry in slow motion. Players are scared to take risks because risks equal bench time. And if you're Caitlin Clark, that means your creativity gets muzzled and your confidence slowly chipped away. Bring back the college freedom. Bring in coaches who understand that one turnover born from creativity is worth 10 safe plays that lead nowhere. Bring back Lisa Bluder energy to the WNBA, then maybe, just maybe, we'll see basketball that makes fans sit up in their seats instead of scrolling past.
Still lost though, but at the end of the day, he fought, and you could tell that he missed being away from the game. So I can see my precious CC coming back doing her thing for the playoffs. I just want her to be 100% healthy at the end of the day. If Stephanie White gonna keep jeopardizing.
Right now, the only thing more predictable than the offense is Caitlin Clark getting parked on the bench for daring to be exciting. And if that's the new standard, don't be surprised when the league loses the very thing it needs most: players who make you want to watch. Let's just address the elephant in the gym: the WNBA's obsession with veteran preference. Oh, you thought meritocracy was in charge? That's adorable. In reality, the hierarchy is simple. If you've been around longer than the rookie, you can trip over your own shoelaces, miss 3 wide-open layups, and accidentally pass the ball to the mascot, and you'll still get your minutes. But if you're a rookie who makes one flashy turnover while trying to create a play, boom, you're glued to the bench. From day one, Lisa Bluder didn't just hand Clark the offense, she gift-trapped it, slapped a do not return sticker on top, and said, asterisk, it's yours now, make it sparkle. Bluder understood that. Confidence isn't built by yanking a player for every imperfection. It's built by letting them figure it out in real time, even if it means a few ugly possessions along the way.
Indiana Fever fans, so let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100 like I'm being frank. You hear me? So let me ask y'all again. Is Stephanie White a good coach? A great coach? I'm waiting. No, she not. Not even close. If anything, she puts a star in the offense. She's sucking the life out of the team, out of the franchise. And Kelly Krostoff, whatever her name is, Lyndon, you hear me? They all need to go.
Look at what's been happening lately. Stephanie White's offense feels like filing a tax return. Complicated, packed with unnecessary steps, and always ending with someone frustrated. The sets are rigid. The ball movement is cautious. It's the basketball equivalent of driving 35 in the fast lane with your hazard lights on. Sure, you might avoid a crash, but you're also making sure nobody's enjoying the ride. And here's the thing, this isn't about Caitlin Clark having rookie growing pains. This is about choking out the one thing that makes her special in the first place, her unpredictability. You want defenses on edge, wondering if she's about to pull up from the logo, thread an impossible pass, or completely flip the game's rhythm. You don't get that by forcing her into a system that treats innovation like it's a technical foul. Translation, play our way, even if it kills your natural game. Meanwhile, coaches like Lisa Bluder don't just understand basketball, they understand players. They know when to push, when to pull back, and when to simply let a star be a star. You think Bluder would have benched Clark after 2 turnovers. In the 4th, please, she'd be drawing up another play and saying, asterisk, go make them pay for even thinking you're off your game.
Stephanie White, Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White remains fully confident in her team following Thursday's deflating loss. The veteran coach sent a clear message. It was a 35-point ass drubbing. It was Deliverance and Ned Beatty. Anybody seen that? Squeal like a pig? Yeah. The Phoenix Mercury bleeped the shit out of the Indiana Fever last.
And speaking of being off your game, let's talk about the message this sends to the rest of the roster. If your star rookie, the one driving ticket sales, boosting TV ratings, and actually delivering wins can, get benched over a minor slip, what does that tell everyone else? Play it safe. Avoid risk. Don't try anything new. It's basketball with the excitement surgically removed. Which brings us to the bigger issue. Basketball IQ. The shortage isn't with the players, it's with the systems. The best minds in the sport aren't always patrolling WNBA sidelines. Some of them are still in the NCAA running circles around pro coaches who have more talent but far less creativity. Put someone like Lisa Bluder in charge of a WNBA roster, and suddenly you've got a team playing like they actually enjoy the game. Let's be blunt. There are players in this league who have perfected the art of looking busy while accomplishing absolutely nothing. They're cardio kings and queens, but because they stick to the script and never rock the boat, they're safe. Meanwhile, Clark takes one gamble too many and winds up with a front row seat for the rest of the night.
In the post-game press conference, Caitlin Clark Stephanie White made sure to give out about Caitlin Clark not passing the ball to Dantas. Like, we've seen Damiris Dantas play. She can't shoot. Why would Caitlin Clark pass the ball on an all-time heater to Dantas?
This just his last game this year. I started the 4th quarter off with like 3 turnovers in a row or 2 turnovers in a row, and Steph yanked me, and she was like this is like a learning moment. Like, you got to be able to, like, yes, like maybe it could have been there, like maybe you could have thrown a little bit better of a pass, maybe they could have caught it, but like, do we need that in this moment?
If you want to grow the WNBA, you don't muzzle the most electric player to enter the league in whatever. You give her the same freedom she had under Bluder, because that's when she's at her most dangerous. That's when she becomes the player everyone bought a ticket to see. Turnovers. They happen. They're part of the game. You can't play aggressively without them. But you know what's worse than turnovers? An offense so predictable, the defense could guard it blindfolded. While reciting the alphabet backward, here's the irony: if you let Clark play through her mistakes, she'd probably fix them faster. That's what high-Q players do. They adapt. They learn on the fly. Bench them, and you're not teaching anything. You're just telling them not to try. Lisa Bluder understood this. She didn't fear the occasional misfire because she could see the bigger picture. And this isn't just a Caitlin Clark problem, it's a league-wide one. Clark just happens to be the perfect case study because we know what she looks like with freedom. We saw it for years. We saw her torch teams with a style so electric it made even neutral fans tune in. Right now, she's being forced into a style built for her coach's comfort zone, not her own. And all that does is dim the very spark that made her a household name before she ever stepped onto a WNBA court.
Lisa Bluder always made sure people knew what they were going to do, aka she made sure people knew their role. Everybody knew their role, and that is the problem with the Indiana Fever and the bullcrap that Caitlin Clark deals with now. We got Natasha Howard coming in talking about she wanted to win MVP. Red flag. Red flag. We got Caitlin Clark, and you're talking about joining this team and winning MVP. She didn't know her role. Didn't know her role. That is the difference. We got a bunch of people on this team that do not know and understand their role.
Here's the fix: bring in coaches who build around their players, not just their playbook. Let Clark run. Let her experiment. And yes, let her make mistakes. The WNBA doesn't need more safe clock-draining possessions. It needs more jaw-dropping ones. You don't get those without a little chaos. Because at the end of the day, no one's buying tickets to watch a team play it safe. They're buying tickets for the next big moment, the one that gets replayed for years. Right now, the league's most capable creator is spending too much time watching from the sidelines when she should be making those moments. And you know what's almost laughable? The way people talk about protecting Caitlin Clark like she's some fragile vase on a wobbly shelf. Protect her from what, exactly, the basketball court? She's not porcelain. She's the player who would walk into hostile arenas in college, drop 40, and leave with the home crowd booing because she just wrecked their night. You can't win long term if the defense knows exactly where the ball is going on every possession. And right now, Clark's offense in this system has all the spontaneity of a DMV line.
Today, Stephanie White has a clear conundrum on her hands, and she needs to figure out a solution to this problem before it's too little, too late. When Caitlin Clark was out with injury, Natasha Howard played well. Natasha Howard played well enough that kept us afloat along with Ari McDonald, along with Kelsey Mitchell, but Natasha Howard wasn't nearly as much of a hinder to the offense with Caitlin Clark.
She wasn't just scoring, she was conducting the whole orchestra. Every possession felt like anything could happen. A logo 3, a no-look dime, a steal leading to a fast break. That unpredictability kept defenses on edge and fans glued to their seats. Strip that away. And you're not just changing her style, you're dimming the very spark that made her a star in the first place. The solution is simple. Let players play the way they became stars. Bring back the freedom. Bring back the swagger. Bring back the green light Lisa Bluder handed Clark from day one. Let her throw the pass that might miss, because half the time it'll land, and when it does, it's on every highlight reel in the country. Right now, the WNBA is holding a golden ticket in Caitlin Clark, but keep letting rigid systems clip her wings, and that ticket turns into a receipt. And receipts don't sell out arenas.